Bucks, injuries galore. I had Tyreek. You know, it's not ideal, but we move forward. And we talk about fantasy, and in this league, I'm going to start with the biggest storyline every single time because for me, the biggest motivation is feeling like I nailed it with the Dun chain. And you know what? I think I did. I think I did. As everyone knows, Straight Knockout was my main Dun chain. That was a Straight Knockout team that actually played pretty well this week, but did get the loss to go to 1-3. So not looking great for Straight Knockout right now. Derrick Henry had a very disappointing performance, which is obviously frustrating, but not the only one. You also had a lot of guys who just fell flat. Shaheed, Judy, Kelsey. It was a good week, but in order to beat an El Professor team that went off, you needed your studs to play like studs. Derrick Henry did not play like a stud, and you don't have that many studs on this team, if we're being honest. So, yeah, you actually don't have that many studs on this team. I'm so happy I done shit this team. Sorry. El Professor, though, went off, and El Professor has done a great job managing this team. The Judkins edition was obviously massive. The Neighbors issue is obviously super frustrating, but that's bad luck. If you're looking at El Professor as a manager, hard to really criticize him. I mean, this team should be doing better. Bowers banged up, Pearsall banged up. You obviously lose Neighbors, and you still put up 167 points is ridiculous. Obviously, Ashton Genty having his breakout game was a big part of that. Jordan Love going off was a big part of that. But I don't know. I think El Professor deserves more. It's hard to imagine this team winning a championship right now, if I'm being honest, just looking at losing Neighbors and the rest of this roster. But we've seen crazier things, and El Professor is showing, and he always has shown, he has a capacity to manage effectively. Obviously, the folks who know my Dun Chain situation are like, wait, hold on one second. The team Live in the Vida Yoda actually got to win. And you're right. La Vida Yoda goes to 2-2, and a lot of that was Omer and Hampton getting 34 points. Not terrified of this team at all. I don't think I'm going to regret it. But yeah, you got to give some credit. Cam has obviously been a fantastic addition. While not this week going crazy, Keenan Allen has been very sneaky this season. Hampton obviously being patient with him is paying off. I don't know. I still done Shane live in La Vida Yoda, but did I do it too early to the point where I'm probably going to cause myself stress? Yeah, that's definitely the case. That is definitely the case. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to live with the stress there. Obviously, by the way, remember the Neighbors trade was just so frustrating now if you're El Professor because Team Live Vida Yoda gave up Neighbors, and that saved the season by bringing in Keenan Allen, Ayuk, and Marvin Harrison. Still a deal that I think is a horrific deal, but now in hindsight, obviously worked out well for him, which is crazy to say. But okay, enough with the Dun Chain teams. Let's look at... Oh, I didn't talk about Team Chef Cesario, sorry. Yeah, 0-4. So we might have to stop talking about Team Chef Cesario for a little bit. I was having a debate last night with my friend about having multiple guys on the same offense, and he's like, it shouldn't matter. Just get the guys with who you think is going to get more points. And I agree, but at the same time, you have to understand that you're welcoming in a lot of variability when you bring in multiple guys from the same offense. And obviously, two of your best players being Chase Brown and Jamar Chase looks good, but turns out you're going to be chasing failures with that combo. It's horrible, sorry. Because of the injury to Burrow, obviously the offense not playing as well, and now it looks like this team's kind of getting left in the dust. I still like some elements of this team. QJ obviously was a great pickup, but I mean when you look at this team, it's hard to imagine. Hopefully Marvin Harrison's breakout continues. It's just hard to imagine this team winning a chip right now, Team Chef Cesario. But I love you like a brother. I love you like a brother. This is the craziest part. But you're not the only 0-4 team. You got Team the Chairman falling and playing really poorly, 102 points. Against El Granazo, who gets a much-needed win to go to 2-2 after dropping 158. Bucky went off, Justin Fields went off, Puka went off, Justin Jefferson basically went off. This team had a lot of disappointing performances. You could say the same thing about T. Higgins, the frustration there. There were some looks that he should have been given an opportunity to catch a ball. Browning just not getting him the ball right now. I said watch out for Jameson last week because he only had 2 catches, and that happened yet again. Only 2 catches, 5.7 points. So yeah, there's still concerns with El Granazo's team. But when you talk about teams that can make a run to the playoffs, I mean, this is one of those teams. I mean, Romeo Doubs on the bench, is he going to become an actual fantasy contender? Maybe. I don't know. Again, this isn't a team I see winning a championship, but maybe they could. I mean, they have. If you get Jameson Williams playing very well, then anything's possible. You need Jameson Williams to come through for you. For Team the Chairman, yeah, I mean, it's surprising because you had a lot of talent coming in, but you also have some of the biggest disappointments this season. Brian Thomas and Lad McConkey being 1 and 2, just super frustrating. Obviously, just not a great time to be Team the Chairman. Do I think there's potential to come back? I'd say there's enough firepower where it wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world, but obviously massive outside looking in kind of situation for Team the Chairman. I'll do an updated power rankings, by the way, like halfway through the season, but obviously you know the teams that are now trending towards maybe not being very competitive. The Battle of 3-0s was the matchup of the week, and it was the Banditos getting the win by 3 points. Both guys playing like they were a top team in the league, and they both are top teams in the league. Vinny Figs obviously is my prediction to win it all, so I'm very high on them, but Banditos was my second. So this is 1 and 2 for me, and they're playing like 1 and 2. I think it is a finals preview. Super impressive teams all the way around. For Team the Banditos, obviously CMC, the fear of him not delivering the season was totally overblown. Amano looks awesome. JSN looks awesome. Garrett Wilson looks awesome. This team just top to bottom super strong. I mean, you got Jalen Warren on the bench as well. Godwin's now back on your bench. Tebow's on your bench. Wandale now with Neighbors is even on your bench. There's so much talent on Team the Banditos, this team. It's just hard to imagine a team beating them. The only team you could think of is Vinny Figs. And Vinny Figs did enough where his studs performed like studs. At least Josh Allen did and Bijan did. Jonathan Taylor didn't perform like a stud, but decent performance. It's really A.J. Brown that's been the letdown here. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to hold you back this season. If A.J. Brown played just like average, then look who is going to win this game and be the best team in the league. So you're also a team that's pretty deep. I'm not concerned at all about you getting your way to the finals. I think this is a finals preview. Game of the week. It was fun to watch two greats compete. And everything else is just for show at this point. Like let's enjoy everybody having some fun, but ultimately we know what the finals is going to look like. But as I say that, obviously 140 something isn't necessarily dominant in this league, and you can see in this matchup. I mean, Dustin the Wind 198 to Electric's 162. Dustin the Wind goes to 4-0 and is like, wait, why aren't I a top team in the league? And the answer isn't that you're not. It's just that without Tyreek Hill, it's a big blow in a 3 wide receiver league. So I am now docking you from where I would be putting you if Tyreek was healthy. Because listen, I have Tyreek as well, and I know you have Zay on the bench. He'll be a good fill-in even if Lamar's banged up. But I think Tyreek was really on pace to be a wide receiver 1. Like you can't tell me otherwise. 6 catches, 67 yards, basically in the first half. Every week's been getting better. I felt like Tyreek Hill was on his way, and it's very disappointing that this is how his potentially career ends. It's pretty sad, honestly, in my opinion. But outside of that, your running backs, Cook and Jacobs performing like studs. Ekbuka without Mike Evans, super strong. I don't know. This team's certainly a contender as well. It's a 3-headed race. I think it's going to be the 2 teams that we just saw. It's just my gut feeling. For Electric, Lamar Jackson's injury and bad performance really is the frustrating piece, but you weren't going to win this one anyway. Saquon didn't do enough. Achane didn't do enough. Both very good performances, but you needed insane performances to win. Pickens without CD, as we anticipated, was awesome. And Drake London has his breakout game. So, yeah, you're feeling pretty good right now if you are this team, if you're Electric. And I think even though you're 2-2, it feels like this is going to be a playoff team and a playoff team that could win some games, honestly. So that is that. Yeah, I don't know. This is a pretty good league. No one has a joke of a team, but I think there's just 3 teams running away with it. But who knows? We've seen crazier things. # I look bad in hats, and I'll see you guys next week.